So, let's talk about COVID-19, the coronavirus. That's what everyone's talking about, and oh boy. I mean, I don't blame them. It's a pandemic. I've been seeing little news videos and my recommendations all about it, which makes sense. They're trying to get people informed, but I think all this information is making people panic for some reason. It's probably because of all the lockdowns and quarantines and the whole staying isolated for 14 days if you're going to cross the border. Excuse me, I just had food. And also because, this is the first time we've had a global pandemic for a long while. And also because of the whole anti-vax thing that happened recently, so people are just panicked for like several reasons. But I think everyone is just blowing it way out of proportion. Of course, the government and all the professionals and higher ups are trying to keep this thing as, you know, as least lethal as possible and trying to make sure at least the least amount of people are infected with this because they don't want it to get out of hand because it is infecting pretty quickly. But there's only been a few like a few handful of deaths. And it's basically like your average flu, but the reason why it kills you is because it lets other diseases and sicknesses get to you because your immune system is so low. I might be using the wrong words here, but I think you get the general idea. And the reason why it's so scary is because I think it can really tolerate older people or people with like already underlying conditions that will make them more susceptible to coronavirus. I think this also counts for younger children, but I think they're a little more resilient, unless they've been, vaccinated. So, Karen, I'm sorry. Memes are the only way to make me feel better about the situation. I'm not too panicked about it because panicking is just not good. Don't panic. Panicking just makes you do stupid things and think a little illogically. It's it's not okay. This is not okay. I don't know how this happened, but holy hell, it's not okay. I to be in the same generation where for this year to start off the way it did with threatening a World War III, and now this, oh my god, it's a little scary. I will admit that I'm a little scared about it, but social distancing, washing your hands, and not trying to panic, and just being genuinely safe and using your elbows to do like do most things, like opening and try if you have like doors that you can open with your elbows, or like switching off your light switch, or areas you use your hands with a lot, is the best thing you do. If you're good at like bus surfing or train surfing, when you I don't know if you know what that is. Basically, when you are able to balance yourself on a train, a bus, or a kind of transit service where you have to stand up and there's no room to sit down, if you're able to balance yourself without having to hold on to things, that's what's called. Like, even if you have to use transit, you just wash your hands after. I mean, you probably should, because you don't know what you're grabbing onto, who's grabbed onto it, and how clean their hands were in the first place. But still, wash your hands. I mean, that's just a general thing. And social distancing is what you're already doing. You're normally sick. I think the reason people are panicking because of all the lockdowns and quarantines and social isolating and the whole anti-vax thing that happened, and all these little things that are adding up, like all the social, like, and all the hey, no gatherings over 50 people, at least here in Canada and Vancouver and stuff. But people are panicking because of all the stuff they're putting in motion. But this stuff they're putting in motion is gonna help us in the long run, because this will make sure that less people get infected. You're panicking because, oh my goodness, it must be really severe to put all these action in motion. But no, it's a little serious, but not so serious that everything is shut down. You can't even leave the house. No, it's not like that. The reason why they're shutting down certain places and stuff is because they're trying to make sure little people as possible get um infected with the coronavirus. And news articles, you gotta really read into them. Don't just read the headlines, because those are so misleading. People, a headline saying that 1,000 or millions or hundreds of people could die, probably meaning that because people are going to the hospital for the coronavirus or trying to get help with the coronavirus, the hospitals are going to fill up with people with coronavirus, and people with dangerous injuries because of everyday accidents are still happening. People could die because of this. People are panicking over. I mean, they have. I wanted to sound like I feel bad for people who have been infected or or have become seriously ill, or for anyone who's died. But at the same time, you're blowing this so out of proportion. It's so hard to be like, hey, it's okay to be a little scared, but also like stop panicking. Like, sorry if I'm talking quietly. I just don't want to be too loud because I don't like being too loud. I don't even know if I'll go to my actual work today because my mom is so scared for my health, which is reasonable, but I have a stronger immune system. I think they're worried because if they're worried, I'm gonna pass it on to other people, which is fine. People with no underlying conditions who are young, teenagers to young adults to adults with no like I said, no underlying conditions or already existing sicknesses should be fine. I might have a bit of asthma, but it's not that bad. It's only triggered by exercise, and like usually cold air really wrecks my breathing is just gone. I mean, it's not that bad, but I would be fine. I'd get sick, but I know I'd be okay because I know how to make sure that no one else gets sick. Social distancing, washing your hands, and all that stuff. I already talked about this. You need to take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. The science and medicine is so much more evolved than the last time we've had a global pandemic like this. If we keep doing what they're telling us to, and we just keep calm and take all the precautions that we feel like is necessary without going overboard, Costco toilet paper runs, I've heard about them. Oh my god, you do not need that much toilet paper. If you take the necessary calm precautions, you should be fine. Besides, it's going to blow over. Things are already calming down. The countries where it started in, around the Asia area, which is where it started, I believe, are already trying their best to take care of it. I can't remember which countries did it. I think it was like North or South Korea. They had very different approaches, but it's already declining over there. So they're already taking care of it. Stay calm. It's going to be okay. I'm a little scared too, but I'm thinking about it as rationally as I can. Again, they're doing all the quarantining and social distancing and self-isolating and shut down and all that. Make sure that no one gets infected. They're putting all these rules of washing your hands and all the other stuff to make sure that no one gets infected. There's no need to panic. It's okay to be a bit scared, but try to make sure you don't go stir crazy if you're stuck inside the house. Go for a walk. Too afraid to go outside? Then find lots of activities to do inside the house to keep yourself occupied. It's gonna suck, but hopefully you can video chat your friends from long distance and just stay calm. It's going to be okay. We're gonna get through this. Anyways, this is Ash, and let's hope this thing blows over. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, I can do this. Fingers crossed. Bye bye.